Hi everybody, it's Jenna from Jenna Stitches. Today is Wednesday, November 16th, which makes it Wednesday Works. Almost called it Working on Wednesday, and that is not the name. So it is Wednesday Works, and what I do on Wednesdays is just pop on really quick to show you what I've been working on for this day. And today, as well as yesterday, was an absolute crazy, hectic day at work. And kind of tiring after work yesterday, so I have been working on a hat for 2 days now. I did have to restart the hat, so that is also why I've been working on it for 2 days, but I'm almost done with it. I actually have one more row to go, and I'll be finished with it. So I'm going to pick something else up after I finish it today, and I don't know what yet, but I'm sure you'll see it in my weekly progress video on Sunday. I think I might just make some squares for my latte cake blanket I'm making or something. I don't know yet, but I have been working on this hat, and this is actually a tutorial by Heather from Strings and Threads. It's called the off the griddle hat. Something along those lines. I really should have looked at it before I started the video, but I had it in my head and then it disappeared. But I know it has something to do with the griddle, because these sections here are griddle stitches. So I will link her channel and the tutorial for it down below. It's a really awesome tutorial. Her channel is amazing. If you have not checked her out yet, please go do so. But this is what I have so far. Like I said, I have one more row. I'm going to do one more row of the front post, back post doubles to make the brim of the hat, and it will be done. I did modify the pattern a little bit, and it is no fault of the pattern or Heather at all, but these rows right here that stick out a little bit are supposed to be 2 rows of slip stitches, and no matter what I do, my slip stitches are way too tight. It doesn't matter if I have like no tension at all, they still end up way too tight. So I did end up making the entire hat last night and could not fit it on anybody's head because my slip stitches were so absolutely tight. So I tried to frog it. This yarn does not frog too well, so I think I got it frogged up to like this point here, and then I just couldn't get it, so I ended up cutting and restarting from there, but I was able to save most of the yarn. And when I restarted it, I kind of played around a little bit to figure out what would be a better option for me. I tried doing like one row of slip stitches instead of 2, and then doing like single crochets, and that didn't work out either. No matter what I do with slip stitches, again, they're just way too tight, and that goes for any pattern that calls for slip stitches. And I think that's why I dislike them so much, is I pull way too hard on them, even if I try not to, and then you can't get into them on the next row, and it makes the project way too tight. I even tried it on my 5-year-old, who honestly, his head is about the same size as mine, so he doesn't have a very small head, but it didn't fit him either. And I knew if it didn't fit either of us, it probably wasn't really going to fit anybody except for a baby, but then it would be really long. So I restarted it and played with it a little bit, and what I ended up just doing instead is doing a row of single crochet in the front loop only, and then going into the griddle stitches. So her pattern calls for a row of slip stitches in the front loop only, and then another row of slip stitches in the front loop only, and then you start the griddle stitch in the back loop. And it looks really cool. I think what I ended up doing still looks very similar, because when you do the 2 rows of slip stitches, you end up having the V that looks like a single crochet. So it does still look very similar to her hat. It's just instead of doing 2 rows of slip stitches, I did 1 row of single crochet, and then I started the griddle stitch in the back loop. So it's still very similar. It still looks almost identical to hers. I just had to switch it up a little bit for my crocheting style, because again, I can't do it. I try so hard to make them as loose as I can, and it's still like, the hat was probably like this wide because of my slip stitches, and same hook, same yarn and everything, and this one is perfect size for a head, so it definitely was just my slip stitches. So again, no fault of Heather's or the patterns at all. It's just my crocheting style. So I will be done with this hopefully in a couple minutes. Again, it's been just absolutely hectic at work. All of our systems failed this morning. Nobody could get into anything. We had training. The training kept failing. It's been a mess. So, got a few minutes left on lunch. Hopefully I'll finish it before we get started back up, but it's been hard to do both. Which, I mean, generally when I'm training, I do kind of have a hard time doing both because I'm learning something new and I have to pay attention. Usually if I'm training, like I'm the actual trainer, I can crochet while I do it because I know the stuff like the back of my hand. I could train it with my eyes closed, but what we're doing right now is very new to me as well as our company, so I have to learn it too. So I'm taking notes, listening, and then trying to focus on crocheting at the same time. I can't. So very little bit getting done today, but that's okay. I'm very fortunate to be able to do it while I work. I know a lot of people can't. So if I can't, I guess it's fine. I wish I could, but it's just, my brain is having a hard time comprehending everything today. So trying to crochet on top of it all is not working. So like I said, I'll probably be done with it in just a few minutes. I can probably get that round finished before I go back from lunch, and honestly don't know what I'm going to do. I really want to start a sweater. I've been thinking about it all day. I know what yarn I want to use. I would probably have to get more of it because I only have 2 skeins, which is fine. It was the Dottie Premier yarn that I won from a giveaway from Erin at Crafting Kitty. It's been really calling my name to use it, and I want to make a sweater with it. I'm just worried about making a sweater right now because I am losing so much weight, which obviously with the gastric bypass I will. I don't want to make something and then by this time next year not be able to wear it, but I am itching really bad to make a wearable. I keep looking at yarn that, oh, that's going to make a perfect cardigan, or, oh, these are going to make perfect sweaters. I don't know if I should or not. Maybe you guys can let me know down in the comments. Or I was thinking of making it maybe a size too small because I'm kind of in between a 2X and an extra large right now, depending on the brand of the clothing and everything. But, I was wearing some extra larges over the weekend. They fit perfectly fine. I still have a 3X that it's too tight. So it really all just depends. But I am 86 pounds down since July. And it's going to keep going. So do I want to make an extra large and just have it too big by the time I'm maybe in a large? If that happens, who knows? So, and plus, should I even start another project right now? I'm working on my husband's blanket, which I never touch, which I really need to. I'm working on the squares for my latte cake blanket. I started another Grafgan. I got to get the hats done by Christmas time, which I only have a few more to go and I'll be done. My cousin just asked me to make her and her friend a hat last night, and she wants leg warmers. So do I really need to start another project for myself? So these are my issues today. Knowing me, I'll probably start something else, but I really want to try to only work on things that I have already started, other than the hats, obviously, or if somebody's requesting something. So we'll see. Let me know down in the comments what you think I should do, and let me know down in the comments what you guys have been working on today. If you aren't subscribed and you like this video, please subscribe. I am 33 away from 500, which is technically kind of my goal. I don't really set goals for myself, but I really want to hit that 500 mark and then keep going, obviously, but that was kind of my main goal, was to hit 500. So I'm 33 away, and as soon as I hit that, I will have a giveaway. So if you like it and you want to subscribe, definitely do so. Not that hard to hit that button. And yeah, just let me know what you're working on today, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a good day.